Why the U.S. faces the greatest debt. The reasons behind America's massive debt are complex, tied to historical, political, and economic influences, historical patterns, and government expenditures. America's debt soared due to the financial needs of 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and more. Additionally, the 2008 financial crisis and the COVID-19 pandemic required increased government spending, further deepening the national debt. Taxation strategies, tax cuts in the early 2000s and again in 2017 aimed to stimulate economic growth by boosting disposable income. Yet, these cuts reduced government revenue, widening the deficit and adding to the national debt. Entitlement programs, Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid stand as key elements of America's welfare system. These programs consume a significant portion of annual government spending, and with an aging population, their costs are expected to rise, complicating fiscal sustainability. Military spending. Another major aspect of the federal budget is defense expenditures. The U.S. maintains one of the largest military budgets worldwide, greatly contributing to the national deficit and overall debt. The economic landscape and new depression fears. The immense debt levels have raised concerns about economic instability, with experts fearing the U.S. might face a new depression. Several factors are contributing to these worries. Soaring interest rates. As interest rates rise, so does the cost of servicing the national debt. Increased debt servicing expenses mean fewer resources for essential investments in social programs and infrastructure. Inflation challenges. Unprecedented inflation rates have already strained consumer budgets. If these rates persist, the mounting economic pressure on households could lead to a decline in consumer spending, a vital driver for economic growth. Global economic instabilities, trade conflicts, geopolitical tensions, and a slow global economic recovery add to these domestic issues. As a significant player in the global market, any economic downturn in the U.S. can send shockwaves through worldwide markets, making a potential crisis harder to navigate. Conversations and solutions. Tackling America's debt crisis calls for strategic choices and bipartisan efforts. Commonly discussed solutions include tax reforms, creating a fair, efficient tax system that fosters growth while ensuring enough revenue to handle debt is crucial. Spending cuts and reforms, analyzing and prioritizing government spending, particularly in defense and entitlement programs, could help reduce budget deficits. Economic growth strategies. Cultivating an atmosphere that encourages sustainable economic growth is vital. This requires investments in technology, infrastructure, and human capital. The conversation surrounding America's national debt is intricate, reflecting concerns about economic stability and health. While the road ahead is complicated, recognizing the challenges and engaging in informed discussions are vital steps towards a secure and thriving future.